So I don't date American black men. I have never dated an American black man, and my reasons are quite simple.
Our beautiful black sister said she does not date American black men. And before that, she made a video of us saying that she does not accept coffee dates, or she doesn't go on coffee dates. If you cannot have a proper date with her, she's not going to go out on a date with you. And follow up of the video was, I do not date black men. We know that for this video to go viral, of course, black American men, they saw the video and they were angry, saying so many things. You know the way they react when you call them out, right? But then let me roll the clip where she was talking about it for you all to watch to the end, and I'm about to share my thoughts at the end of the video.
So I don't date American black men. I have never dated an American black man, and my reasons are quite simple. So a few days ago, I made a video about coffee dates, and I basically talked about how I would never accept a coffee date as a first date. I think it's low effort and it's just not my thing. Surprisingly enough, and I was genuinely surprised, 98% of the commenters and the people that were upset were American black men. So shocked because I didn't think that video would land on their For You page, but it did, and hundreds of them, hundreds, were crying on my shoulder over the fact that I would not drink bean juice on a first date with a man or with anyone. They were in my comments calling me all types of names, saying that I'm a gold digger and saying that I'm this and that. And then unprovoked, they started attacking me for my looks. By the way, I was so nice in that video. I did not insult anyone in that video, but they were insulting me. They were coming at me for my skin color, saying that I'm too dark and that I shouldn't have any standards. They were coming at me for my Afrocentric features. They were coming at me because I have an Afrocentric hairstyle in. Black American men honestly have this habit of attacking black women for the way that they look, especially if you are a darker skinned woman or you have more Afrocentric features. They will attack you. So the fact that they came at me for my looks unprovoked is not surprising to me at all. So reading the comments and watching the stitches, it brought up a discussion between me and my parents about why I don't date American black men. American black men generally do not value courtship, traditionalism, or even marriage. And I'm not saying that all American black men are like this, but a large majority are. They will berate you, break you down, and take advantage of you. I don't know why, but the sight of seeing a black woman, a dark-skinned black woman, having standards really does bother them. Maybe it's because in their mind, nobody ever talks about this, but they believe black women, dark-skinned black women, deserve crumbs. Colorism is real, and they think that we deserve crumbs and that we shouldn't have any standards. I mean, I was getting so many messages and comments saying, you're dark skinned, why do you have all these standards? The only reason why that video got them really upset was because it basically told them to do better. And they do not take well at all to being told to do better, as you can clearly see. And it's because they are not required to. They are used to giving women nothing, giving women crumbs, but then receiving the world back. So when they were watching my video, they were so upset. They were like, oh, no. You want me to take you on a proper date? A proper date when all I'm used to is inviting women back to my house, or inviting women on a nature walk as a first date, or inviting women to my car to link and smoke? You want me to actually put in effort? No, I'm not used to that at all. They are literally in my comments saying, what makes you think you deserve a meal? You need to prove yourself. And when American black men say that you need to prove yourself, that just basically means you need to go through hell and back with him. They don't want to put in the effort because they're lazy, they are entitled, and they are cheap. And don't get me wrong, it's not all American black men that are like this. It's just the large majority. And that is a problem because the majority of black American women prefer black American men, but there are not enough good black American men to go around.
I am definitely going to go and find reaction on the men talking about are not going on coffee dates, because I know that they are going to be very angry. Like, I'm aware, I know that I don't need anybody to tell me. I know that these men are going to be angry, that she called them out, that she's not going to go on coffee date, because what most of them do is coffee dates. But then, can you go on coffee dates? Is it okay for you to go on coffee dates for a very first date or not? What is your take on she saying that she does not date Black American men? Why, like, do you agree with her? To be honest, I feel like some people were like saying that her standards are so high, that why she not want to go on coffee dates. If you are meeting somebody for the first time, why do you expect the person to spend so much on you? Somebody you don't even know. Why do you want to waste your time, waste the person money and all of that? And now, spend so much time with a person for coffee dates. That is not coffee date, like a proper dinner date or a proper lunch date, like a restaurant. Like, why would you want somebody that you're just getting to know each other? And some people were like, yeah, that is the best way to act. That is the best way to treat this man, because they need to know that your standards and their standards are not on the same level, so that you can make the kind of man that you want. Right? What is your take? I have a few reactions to share with you all to watch the end. Let's go ahead and watch the videos together, and I'm about to share my thoughts at the end of the video.
So I don't date American black men. I have never dated an American.
Sis, move in silence. Because there are entities on this application that love to attack black women when they express these things.
True.
And that's both black men and black women. Some of our skin folk believe that black women are only deserving of struggle love and nothing more. We cannot have standards. We are supposed to accept the bare minimum.
Yeah.
And we're not supposed to complain. This is an age-old conversation. Move in silence. Don't tell anybody your plans. Don't explain yourself to no one. Go where you are loved, honored, respected, and appreciated. It's nobody else's business. If you want Tom, go get Tom. If Tom loves, honors, and respects you, and you are equally yoked, do it. You don't have to explain yourself to nobody. This is your life, your happiness, no one else's. Some of us are okay with struggle love. If that's your thing, good for you. Kudos. But there are others out here, other black women, that say no. I am deserving of so much more, and I'm going to get it. Either I'm going to get it, or I'm going to be content in my own world, doing my own thing, because we can. So, to this video, and to this young lady, sis.
Why? That's just stupid.
Protect your peace.
Okay.
And move in silence. But do you. Peace.
All right, so I seen a video, and the original content creator, I believe her name is Eshioma, Eshioma, and I'm going to tag her below. She says she does not date black, American men, and she did a video about not accepting a coffee date as a first date. It gives, low thought, low maintenance, low budget, just low, okay? She said she was bashed by, African American men because, a coffee date as a first date did not satisfy her, okay? It said it sets the bar too low, okay? I'm going to tell you what I think about that, okay? And it's disgusting, all the backlash she got for simply stating her opinion, because we all on here to state our opinion. Now, when it comes to a coffee date, I love coffee, y'all. Y'all see every other video of mine, I'm at Scooter's Coffee. Hello. So I don't mind. If a man takes such a simple date, such as coffee, and set the bar that low, and every other date that comes, in y'all future, the bar is set that low, that just means that's just how he feels about you. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a coffee date reflects poorly on the man.
Okay.
I don't. It's something cute. It's something simple. Now, if the roles was reversed and our role as women was to approach a man, and so we planned the first date and whatever, what type of date would y'all plan? Because I'm also going to plan a coffee date for a first date for a man that I do not know and don't know that I got a vibe with 100%. I'm not going all out. I'm not. Now, the second date, if I like this man and it's still, you know, my time to plan the date or whatever, because again, if the roles was reversed, then it's going to get a little bit more special. Then it's going to get a little bit more jazzy. But if you think for a first date that I'm going all out for a man, you would be wrong. So if a man thinks that a coffee date, a walk in the park, something cute, something simple, is doable for a woman that he does not know, that he's still trying to catch a vibe with, I personally think that's okay. I don't think that's setting the bar low. Now, if all the dates that follow are just as simple as a coffee date, that's where my problem would come in at. But for the first date, me personally, I wouldn't mind. I love coffee. We're going to have to go to a coffee place that I like if that's just what we're doing. Because at the end of the day, it's still how I want to spend my time. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Whether the man is treating me to a first date or not, it's still how I want to spend my time. So you're going to have to do something that I want to do. And I love coffee, so let's do it.
So I don't date American black men. I have never dated an American.
Hey y'all. Second try. Second try. I'm sitting in front of my doctor's office right now. I happened to watch this video that I stitched this video to while in the office. The young lady is speaking about the reaction that she's received when she did her initial video that communicated that she does not date American black men. I don't care about that. That's her preference. God bless her. It is what it is. We're all entitled. Okay. The reason I stitched this video, because a part of her video then goes into why she is anti-coffee dates and why she's anti-coffee dates. And she says that coffee dates show minimal effort. Okay, that's where I have a problem, because I feel like on this platform, along with other platforms, when we're talking to one another, if we're not choosing my words wisely, if we are not wise and we are speaking to our peers tend to hear what we say. And even if we disagree, it's still there. You can't unhear something. And you will find yourself mimicking behaviors that do not aid you. I want to say this to my young queens, to my little sisters, to my little nieces, okay? And to my big sisters, okay? I want to say this to you, and listen to me ever so clearly, okay? Let me go ahead and establish why I feel like I am an authority on what I'm about to say. I was married for 15 years. You may say was, past tense. True. I'm no longer married, right? So what that should tell you is that I have learned a lot of lessons, right? I've had time to go back, right? And to assess some things I did right and wrong. And being a divorced person of 10 years, I've done my share of dating. I've had my share of dates. I've had my share of other relationships. And so although these things are my experiences, the saying that there is nothing new under the sun stands so true. Okay? There is nothing new under the sun. So listen to your cousin. Listen to your cousin real quick. When you are in your 20s, even in your 30s, right? But a lot of times in your 20s, we feel like the world is our oyster and we have nothing but time. That is one of the biggest lies we could ever tell ourselves, that we have nothing but time, okay? What we fail to realize is that time is fleeting so quickly that you don't have time. All you have is now. all you have is now. You don't have time. You just have now. And so when you don't take advantage of the now, you're wasting time. So when a person wants to invite you out for a coffee date, for some tea, take it. Because I would rather determine that you're not my cup of tea and not my person sitting across for 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes, and we go our separate ways, no harm, no losses, right? And I'm still intact to get back on a horse and do it again, than to sit across from a person at a restaurant, order food, engage in conversation, and realize that I would rather watch paint dry. Because I'm here now, right? I'm here now. You know, you've already committed, you know, to doing this date with me. I've already agreed. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be an asshole. So I have sat here and allowed myself and allowed you to waste time that I honestly don't have to give. And that's real talk. That is the beauty of a coffee date. That is the beauty of having tea. That is the beauty of that. Story time. I met this guy online a few years ago. And we spoke, you know, had a little conversation over the phone. And he asked me if I would meet him for coffee. I think it was either coffee or a drink or something like that. But, you know, a small little meet and greet. And I agreed. And so we got together. I think it was drinks. We got together, and over some drinks, we, you know, just really dove into more of the conversations that we had on the phone. And by the time it was over, he said to me, I really don't want the date to end. I know we only scheduled a little meet and greet, but I would love to take you to dinner tonight. Is it possible for us to get together this evening and have dinner? Sure, it was possible. I liked him. I thought he was a nice guy. Why not? You know, but had I not liked him, or had he not liked me, it ain't about me. It ain't always about me. It's two people involved. Had he not liked me, there would have been very minimal investment in something that would not have, given him a return, and vice versa. And vice versa. If there is anything I could press upon you ladies, it would be to value your time. You can get things back. You can get things back. You can never get your time back. And you can never get back the effects of being in somebody's presence that you don't like, that doesn't do it for you. You can't get that back either. You are forever tormented with a conversation of a person that you had to have over dinner. And a lot of times with these guys, and especially this generation, this millennial Gen Z generation, everything is very transactional. You all have not developed the emotional and mental capacity to be engaging. We use technology so much so that we don't even know how to have conversations anymore. We don't even follow current events. You know, if it's not about something that is really quick and comical and whatever the case is, we don't know how to talk to one another to be able to get to the point where we're I guess ahead of the game to know whether or not we even want to go to dinner. We don't even know how to do that. And I'm saying we, but I mean y'all, because I know how to do it. And I do it quite well. I do it quite well. But having said that, if I can impress anything upon you, if you don't hear anything I say out of all the videos I've posted, please value your time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste nobody else's time. If what they are offering you ain't trying to buy, drink your tea or whatever the case is, look at your watch, and you say, you know what, it was awesome talking to you. I think you're a wonderful person. I would love to have further conversations, but at this time I have an appointment, or at this time I have another engagement and I need to get to it. Simple as that. Get your grip, shake a hand, do a church hug, and be out. And be out. And later on, if the conversation or a text comes through about, hey, I want to whatever, you're like, you know what, I think you're a wonderful guy, but I don't think you're the right type for me, and I don't want to put you in a situation where you're wasting your time and or resources. I want you to be able to find the person that really speaks to you. I don't believe at this time I'm that person. Who wouldn't respect that? That's what a real boss does. That's what a real G does. Why? Because you can be doing something else versus stringing somebody along that you actually don't want. That is the purpose of a coffee date. That is the purpose of meeting somebody for some tea. You ain't got to sit across from somebody all the time breaking bread. Get out of that habit. Get out of that habit. I don't want your food and I don't want your money if I don't want you.
Okay.
Simple as that. Simple as that. If I can't see myself spending time with you and it being something that I crave and that I look forward to, I don't want it. Thank you for the coffee. Thank you for the Starbucks. You be blessed. I hope this helps somebody. I hope y'all listening. It's very crucial to start now. Peace.
So I don't date American black men. I have never dated an American.
100% to everything that she said. Anytime I come across in conversation with a black woman who talks about dating and the struggle of it, I love to recommend this podcast episode from Lovers and Friends with Shambudram, episode 58. If you're single, you have to listen to this, featuring Glow Atanmo. Glow is a black woman who she left her corporate American job and she started traveling as an entrepreneur to build her business internationally. And along with her journey to build her business, she was also dating. And she explains that for the first time in her life as a black American woman, that non-American, non-black men, I'm paraphrasing, but pretty much summarizing what the episode is about, that she got treated with the most amount of love she had ever received, with the most amount of being seen as an autonomous human being who falls into the category of being a black woman. And she shares that this one, I believe it was in Europe. It was a European man, palm colored. And when they were dating, he ends up telling her that he can't be with her because he's not on her level. He says to her that he doesn't deserve her. And she talks about how those words coming out of a man's mouth, which she had never heard before, she had never heard that before. And as I was listening to this, I was like, this sounds like such a healing experience to be able to speak with a man and date him. And he does not have ulterior motives. He actually looks at you and considers your happiness, considers how he would affect your life and making a decision centered around you and not around his own selfishness. The idea of being race loyal when it comes to dating is foolish. It's outdated. It doesn't serve you. You only have one life. You are the person that will have to experience and live with the decisions that you make. So stop forcing and binding yourself to racial rhetoric. That racial rhetoric that was never meant to center your happiness, was never meant to prioritize your well-being. I mean, it says it right there in the description. She dated 12 quality men. And I believe right now she is with a white European man who does it for her. Mm-hmm. And I'll end with saying in the beginning of the episode, she talks about when she finally stopped prioritizing race, because she said that she found this 6'4", dark chocolate, 6-figure black man in America. And she was going to date him and eventually marry him and have his children. Excuse me. Let me back up. She was going to date him and marry him. And she was going to give up her boundary of how she does not want to be a mom. She doesn't want to give birth. And she says that she was willing to pop out some kids for him because it meant that she would get her black man who, aesthetically pleasing the way she wants, and he makes 6 figures. She was willing to compromise her body just to be with him and say that she was with a black man. And she came to the conclusion that, no, this isn't worth it to become a mother just to say that she's with a black man. And she started loving herself and prioritizing herself. So please listen to this episode if you are a black American woman. I'm hoping that this is healing for you to hear out of the mouth of a fellow black American woman who changed her, the area that she was in, and was able to experience consideration and love and care from men when she had never experienced that in America.
One thing I know about black American men are that they do not always want to change, or they do not listen. I feel like they do not listen. Not just them. I feel like men in general, right? I'm just trying to say black American men, but men in general. They do not listen. They don't listen. When women are talking, they don't listen. When a girl is talking, they don't listen. They kind of listen or hear what they want to hear. They do not listen to what you're saying. So I feel like that's where the problem is with them. When someone comes out to say, I do not want to go on coffee date, they are seeing it as, why would I spend so much on you? What do you have to offer? Who are you that I will spend so much on you on the first? You are not even fine. You are this, you are that. See, they don't listen. She says she doesn't go on coffee dates. If you don't want to go, if you're the kind of person that picks ladies up on dating app and the very first place you take them on is coffee dates, go and look for the one that goes for coffee dates and leave the ones that doesn't go for coffee dates. The men that have higher standards as well, that they do not take women on coffee dates, they are out there, right? So, but these men, they do not listen. They don't want to listen. They listen to what they want to hear, not what you're saying. So I feel like this is the reason why, and they don't want to change, and they don't want to hide their standards at all. They don't want to even work hard to make things work. And that's why when women come out to say, this is what we want, this is what we want, they are listening to, or they are hearing something else. They're not hearing what women are saying. They're not listening to what women are saying. They are listening to something else. I really don't understand why it's like that. And they are quick to always insult. They are quick to always, come to tell you or just cancel you for no reason, right? Just because you're trying to high your standard. Like as a black woman, you're not supposed to have standards, right? You're supposed to just accept anything that comes your way. And I don't understand why it's like that, to be honest. I don't know why these black men always want to shut black women up, especially when they try to hide their standard. If it was a white woman that come out to say she doesn't go on coffee dates, I don't think there'll be as much reaction as this. It should just be like a normal thing. Maybe that's what she preferred, that's her preference. But now because it's coming from a young black girl, they feel like, what have you achieved? Who are you? You are not even fine. Why would you say you don't go on coffee dates? What have you given to me that will make me give you dinner worth so $1,000? And I'm like, if she doesn't want to go on coffee dates with you, go meet the ones that go on coffee dates. And when it comes to coffee dates, right, when it comes to, I feel like when you want to go on a date with somebody, it should be properly planned and it should be a proper place. I don't see coffee dates as a proper place for me, right? Because if I'm just getting to know you, I assume that we've been talking on the phone. I assume we've been chatting. I assume probably I must have seen your pictures. You must have seen my pictures as well. Maybe I must have heard your voice, it must be in conversation to make me say, okay, I think I like you, right? Then we'll start talking, then we'll plan a proper date, right? I don't expect us to just meet, start say hi, then the next thing you're like, let's get to see face to face, and you want us to go on a proper date, like a proper one. I feel like that's where the problem is. And I feel like because there's a lot of people catfish people nowadays, so people always want to, immediately they get you on a dating app, they just want to see you immediately so that they'll be sure that you are the right person they're talking to, which I get it. But I feel like if for me to go on a date with you, we must have been talking, like, because I will not even want to accept to go out with you like a stranger, just like that. But at least I would have known a little bit about you before I can go out on it. And that should not be a coffee date. That should be like a proper date, like a proper planned date. Like I'm going to dress up and go out on a date, right? So I don't think that should be a coffee date. But then if it's just a casual something, like the other lady said she likes coffee. She likes coffee so much. It's something she likes, but she doesn't say anything wrong with it, which is fine. If it's, you like coffee, some might even say, oh, they want to go and just random, like I don't know what you like is different from what someone else likes. So if you're the kind of person that likes coffee so much that when they give you coffee it makes you happy, going on coffee dates is a very, very, it shows it makes sense to you more than other dates, other places, because you enjoy going for coffee, you enjoy having different coffees. So when somebody tell you I'm taking you for a coffee date, you're like, yes, because you like coffee. But someone that doesn't really like coffee or just take coffee once in a while, or is not really a fan, doesn't fancy it like that, going on a coffee date is like you're wasting their time, right? And they see it as probably you do not place them on a very high level because they see themselves as, you know, they are so in a particular place, right? Someone like her, she says she does not go on coffee dates. And yeah, because she feels like if you take her on a coffee date, you do not want something serious with her. That is what she feel. And I don't understand why black men are canceling her and coming for her and all of that. I don't get it, to be honest. But then, it is a standard. This is what she wants, and I kind of agree with her. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there's also nothing wrong with somebody that accepts coffee dates on the very first day. It's preference, and there's nothing wrong with it, right? Let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. And thank you so much for tuning in today's video. It's your favorite girl again, Maria Davis. And don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and please turn on the post notification bell to get notified once I upload another interesting video. And I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.